Hello. Hello, hello. Okay, welcome to June 12th, 2024, Walking in Wellness Wednesdays podcast. So we will have a call to action today at the end of the podcast. Once everything is posted in the reels, watch it, and then you can comment June podcast, and I will send you some important information. So if you can see here on my screen, you'll see some information that I want to share with you. And this information is regarding a wonderful opportunity to go over some of the resources that I have made available to share with you. So the podcast 6/12/24, this is our 9th episode. Now the past 2 weeks I have not had an actual podcast because, hi there. Thank you for joining. So the previous 2 weeks I had a speaking engagement, and so we were canceled. But this week we're going to be talking about nutrition and the resources that are available to you from Walking in Wellness. I'm going to go over some tiers that we have, as well as for our subscription, and just the importance of nutrition, as well as the inspiration would like to join us. I have approved her request. She can jump on in if she wants, and if she doesn't, then we will cancel it out. But would you like to join and talk to, or do you just joining in to be a part of the... Hi. Okay, I'll remove you. There we go. You're good. Okay, so here I have the 3 tiers that we have, and this information is going to help you on that journey that you may have for living a healthier lifestyle through nutrition. A lot of the diseases that we deal with and a lot of the things that we're facing, it starts with nutrition. Once our nutrition is set in place, that will help our body to heal and reset, reversing illness, as well as slowing down the aging process, and in some cases actually reversing the aging process. A lot of people, once they have gotten healthier, their skin has cleared up, they just have a healthier glow to them, as well as maybe they've lost some weight and they appear younger. There are statistics about that, as well as I've heard several personal testimonies, as well as just my own life. Living healthy, it will decrease the aging process, as well as in some cases it will reverse it. So again, welcome to another episode of Wellness Wednesdays of Walking in Wellness. We're going to discuss topics surrounding the education of holistic health, your mindset, some encouragement for you, as well as this particular episode, we're going to talk about nutrition and the resources that I have compiled and created to make available for you. And we have a subscription program, and it has nutrition for beginners. So you're kind of wondering, where do I get started? I'm not sure what I should be eating, maybe portion size, or even times of day. Sometimes what we're eating can affect how that is going to either put on weight or give us bad nutrition, not fuel us properly. All of these things in conjunction with fast food, empty calories. These are things that are going to exacerbate just the normal life that we are trying to live. If you're dealing with any stress, if you have any increased levels of cortisol in your body due to that stress, and then you're putting a bad diet on top of that, these are the things that create irregular cells, will force our kidneys to have to work harder to eliminate toxins out of our body. And all of these things put our body under more pressure than it needs to be under just to live day to day. And when things are much harder for your body, it can tax it. And it can get to the point where it's struggling so hard to work on all these different areas to make sure that you're being healthy. Your immune system starts to get depleted. And we all know, once our immune system is compromised, that opens the door to any number of diseases to begin to attack us, and our body will not be able to fight it off properly. So something so, just the fundamental block of nutrition can help you avoid that long pathway of so many other things that could be so detrimental to your health. Of course, we still need movement to get in exercise, as well as proper hydration, and making sure that we are staying mobile and keeping our balance. There are a lot of other little small things, but at the root of all of it, it's paying attention to what we're eating, how much of that, and then what are the nutrients actually in that food. So when we get our nutrition under control, it can stop so many other things, preventative as well as reversal of illness. And the things that I have set for you, I have 3 different tiers. The first one, nutrition for beginners, and that is just going to give you information for actual meal plans. I need to know what I should be eating. Maybe I'm not used to buying produce in bulk, and I don't know how to prep that for the week. A lot of times we'll start trying to buy something healthy, and we'll have all this produce in our house, and it sits in the baggies in the refrigerator. And then at the end of the week, you're like, what do I make with this? Or start trying to pull something out, and it's already gone bad. So just understanding what things you can do to food prep that saves you money, and you don't waste money by throwing away things that you've purchased. So knowing how to prep it, knowing what to purchase, knowing what meals to make with that, so that you're going to have something nutrient dense, so that when you're fueling your body, you're giving it the vitamins and the minerals and the things that it needs, so that you are fueled properly to make it through that day, make it through that week. Things that seem to be convenient, fast food, soda pop, energy drinks, all of those things seem like, hey, I'm getting a head start on something. I can just grab this meal and go, or I need to pick me up. Let me just grab this drink. But it's doing so much more harm, and the perceived idea of convenience is really not there. What you're doing is creating a long-term health issue for yourself because of the chemicals and the toxins that are put in that. How hard your body is going to have to work to try and eliminate those things, as well as the detriment it does to the cells and your organs that are already there. Thankfully, every day our body is creating new cells, and it is regenerating, trying to help us on this pathway. But if we're consistently putting bad things in, it makes it that much harder for it to eliminate them and for it to combat the harm that those things are doing to our body. So it's extremely important to make sure at the foundation you understand your relationship with food, the importance of nutrition, and the vitamins and minerals, the nutrients that you need to get in, how to prep that food so that you're making the most of it. And the Tier 1 subscription, Nutrition for Beginners, it does that for you. I have included in that subscription my nutrition ebook. So within that subscription, you're going to get the ebook that outlines a lot of this information for the foundation of nutrition. And that book alone is more than that monthly subscription. So just that subscription tier, Tier 1, Nutrition for Beginners, it's going to give you the opportunity to, let me get an understanding. Let me understand how to prep this stuff. Let me understand how I'm going to detox my body to jumpstart what I'm going to be doing to either lose weight or to just start my healthy journey. So it's a little foundational for you to get you on your pathway. And then moving into the other areas is where I will consult with you and do more hands-on to give you some information. What are your goals? What is it that you're specifically trying to do? Now let's help moving in that direction. You need accountability. You may need additional resources. And so the Tier 2 takes it to the other level, where there are updates that are only going to be given through the subscription. There's early access to things, as well as access to me on a one-on-one basis that is only going to come through that tier. And then in addition, you also receive that foundational ebook that is going to give you that understanding of the relationship with food, nutrition fundamentals, as well as food prepping and understanding what foods actually promote health and what foods you should try to avoid. I myself have been a vegetarian for over 14 years, And that may not be for everyone, but there are definitely things that you can do to make small corrections within what you are eating on a day-to-day basis, so that as that time goes on, your body is resetting and healing and understanding a new way to not only fuel itself, but I like the fact that your taste buds even change. Some of the things that you would have eaten in the past, say a candy bar or something, once you have really started to detox and eat more healthy, you'll eat something like that and it will make you wince, because you will taste the artificialness. You will taste the just excessive sugar that is in it. And we all know about the harm that sugar does to our body. The great harm in so many different facets of our body. I recently created a post that explained some of these diagnoses and diseases that you see that are being attributed to people. You can track it all the way back to their diet, and you can track it back to excessive sugar, excessive malnutrition in a sense, and your body's constantly, like, we get up and we're walking and we're doing what we need to do, we're working, you still have to move, you still have to live. And if you're not taking care of your body properly, you are putting it at a deficit to keep requiring it to do all of these things, and you haven't fueled it properly, or you haven't given it the proper nutrients. So when we are foundationally taking care of the correct nutrition and fuel for our body, it's not working that hard. So then those cells that are being recreated can be recreated with a sense of wholeness and health rather than that deficit. And so the secondary tier with the nutrition and the consultation, that takes it to the other level where you get some one-on-one so that you can have an opportunity to understand some of these things and set attainable goals for yourself, as well as the foundational for the nutrition and the ebook. And so that's probably going to be the most popular one, because it's kind of the midstream, giving you the tools that you need and the access to guidance as you're going through that process. And I feel like when you understand how some of these things will cost individually, then you'll see the value in the bundles that I've created and the opportunity for you to gain that knowledge just quickly, so that you can get started on your journey and have a better understanding of how nutrition is truly going to help you. So then the third tier that I have, it's more comprehensive. There's a lot more included as far as not only the exclusive materials, but early access to materials, opportunities for Q&A with me. And again, that foundational nutrition ebook is there, so that, because if we don't understand our relationship with food, we don't understand how to prep what we are purchasing, we don't understand what recipes, how to combine these things to make a meal that is going to truly fuel me. I have the right amount of proteins, I have the right amount of vegetables. If I am incorporating grains or I'm incorporating carbs, is there too much or too little? Some of these small things, as you're trying to set out a lifestyle, it's so important that we understand exactly what that formula is. Because when I understand these are the 5 steps or these are the 10 steps, now I can duplicate that. And now I can take that into, oh, it's been 5 months and I've been able to, continue to do this. I've been able to keep it up. So when you understand the formula and then you put it into practice, that's when something becomes a habit. Then it becomes your lifestyle. Then it becomes, I'm just doing this second nature. It's at the forefront of my mind because I have made the decision. I've changed my mindset about it. I've started implementing these practices. I have foundational knowledge. And so now I'm on my way. I am creating this healthy lifestyle for myself, for my family, for my kids, if you have little ones that you're raising. When my son was younger, I'm thankful that I started this journey pretty much, back some years ago. And so he grew up eating vegetables all the time. It was a staple. Understanding portion control and the importance of more vegetables, more fruit, more healthy grains, opposed to a lot of the fast foods or some of the things that you think are quick on the go. And I really made a very strong habit, and I still do this today. I was joking with someone saying, I'm not somebody who has like this superwoman willpower No. If there's a pie or a cake or something delicious, I will want to eat it as well. But one way that I try and keep myself honest is I don't buy it. I don't bring it in the house. So if it's something I would not want to ingest, I don't want my child to ingest it as well. So when he grew up, we never had cookies, chips, pop, soda. We never had any of those things in the house because it holds no nutritional value. It does nothing good for you. It only does harm. So why would I purposely take something in and ingest something that is only going to do harm? I could even get on board if it had a small bit of, nutritional value, and I could balance out the good or the bad, but it actually does nothing. All of the calories are empty. You can go over your level of what you're supposed to have for a daily intake, and you've received no nutrition at all. And then on top of that, it did harm because of the excess sugar, because of the chemicals, because of the way that it was produced. And then the cost of it. We've seen some of the posts where people were saying this is a 12-ounce can and it was $1. And now this is a can, it's 2 times bigger, only has 12 ounces in it, but now it's $2. So you're not even getting a good value. You're doing harm to your body. You're not getting any nutrition from that. And then you're having to worry about, now is it making me gain weight, and is it creating other problems for me, and it has excessive sugar. There's just absolutely nothing good about any of the soft drinks, as well as the energy drinks. Very detrimental to your heart. And so trying to keep things simple with either water or infused water, coconut water, as well as teas, even coffee, in moderation, or modifications to it. Some of the things that Starbucks sells, no offense to them, it's not even coffee. It is now a dessert. It is something that has taken on a life of its own. All of these tiny habits that we make the choice to participate in on a daily, weekly, monthly, habit or occasions, these things are doing harm, and they're something that can be erased. It's something that we have control over, that we can make the change. And so a lot of these things that are not good for you, don't even purchase them and buy them in the house. Then I don't have to test my willpower to say, well, I don't want to eat that, or I don't want to drink that. When I'm shopping the grocery store, shopping the perimeter, which is where most of the produce and the fresh things are, you have to go past the bakery, the way that Kroger is set up. I think they're all kind of the same. And maybe if you're going down the aisles for some dry goods, for the beans, I get a lot of dried beans, black beans, chickpeas, lentils, those type of things, maybe some rice, or a pasta alternative. I do a lot of pasta that is made from chickpea flour, so it's lower in carbs. So I'm getting a double boost of some extra protein and nutrients in that pasta, and then it creates a filling dish. So those things are down the center aisles, but that's not primarily where I shop. The perimeter first, come down those aisles, and then get out of there. I don't go down the chip aisle or the cookie aisle at all, because I know what's down there, and I know I don't want it in the house, and I'm not going to buy it, so I don't even put it in the cart. That is how you can maintain a higher willpower, not testing that willpower. And then that way, once you get home, I've got the good stuff. Now let me figure out what to do with it. How am I going to prep this? How am I going to cook it for whatever new meals are coming up? And that's really the best way to make sure that you're ensuring I'm getting the foundation of what needs to be done. I'm learning it so that I can understand it and implement it, and then it becomes second nature to me. So when I go to the store, I'm on autopilot. I know I'm going to go down this aisle and I'm going to grab, my kale and my carrots, my cucumbers, or whatever it is. And that's kind of the thing that we want to do, so that we make sure those habits that we're putting in place, a year from now, you've made that progress. I have been doing this for, I'd say, over a decade on a smaller scale. I've recently tried to make sure that I'm elevating it so that I can cast a wider net, to reach more people, to share this information with them. And if someone started with me all those years ago, the progress that they would have made and the progress that they would be at, to look back and say, look what I've lost, look what I've gained. Whatever medication I was spending money on, I no longer have to do that because I have weaned myself off of that. I have healed my body. I have reversed aging. Those are the benefits. Those are the benefits that you have by taking care of yourself properly over time. And so today is a good starting point. It's never too late to start, but today is a good starting point to say, I want to make a change. I want to make sure that I'm being serious about taking care of myself. So as I look ahead for, I don't know, the next 6 months, the next year or whatever, I can say, oh, I wish I had started. No, I can say, I'm so glad that I did start, and look what I've accomplished in this time frame. That is the goal. That is what is going to sustain us. And so that third tier, it gives you the foundation of the ebook so that you can make sure that you're understanding food, prepping and meals and detoxing. All of that nutrition aspect is included. And then you get the early access as well as just the subscription benefits, the accountability. A community is trying to help you reach those goals, the one-on-one time with me. And those sessions increase with the third tier. The second tier, it's a smaller time frame that you have to work on those goals. So we'll crush and get a game plan for you. But on the third tier, it's more consistent contact with me, as well as access to podcasts. The podcast that I've been doing, I'll pick a topic and then I will speak on it for 30 minutes and then I upload it to my Reels so it's available to everyone for free. But as I'm trying to truly flush out my business and make sure that this is information that I want to share with people who truly have a heart to learn and understand it and take their life to the next level, everything is not going to just be for free anymore. So the podcast that I'm doing when I'm picking a topic and trying to teach and share information, those will be included in that third tier for those who truly have a heart to learn. I appreciate everyone who has shown up today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I want to make sure that I'm sharing information that has value, it's going to help someone, and that they're as invested as I am, because I want to see you win. I want to see you live that healthier life. If there's anything that you're dealing with medically, I'm not a doctor. I cannot, prescribe any medicine or anything like that. But I do believe that food is medicine and that health is wealth, and we have the ability to obtain it. Just learning and tweaking some small things from the very beginning at our foundation, and then taking that, implementing it into a long-term lifestyle, we will reap those benefits. Our body is changing and growing each day, and as it does so, we're having an opportunity to make sure that we're giving it everything that it needs. All of those nutrients for those cells, all of the hydration, and then our joints, our muscles and tissues, we're staying mobile by getting them moving. Even a 15 to 20-minute walk every day or 3 times a week, if that's all you can do to start off, that's fine. I can meet you where you're at, but I want you to also be dedicated to go further, to level up and to say, this was great. I enjoyed, getting in my walk twice a week, but I want to push myself and see if I can do it 3 times a week. I want to see if I can do it every day of the week, and then maybe I'll rest on the weekends. Wherever it is, but we will hash that out and find those goals for you, set them and get a program in place so that you can get to that next level. And the times that I have had to train, whether it be a short time frame for a marathon that I have run, or if it is something more long-term where I just want to make sure by the time that next birthday or by the time that next event comes around, I'm feeling completely at myself. Those type of goals are easy to achieve, but they're going to start with the understanding of nutrition and nutrients and how to take care of your body. And so these 3 tiers that I have tried to set in place and the resources that come along with them, I believe is going to help you do that. And so in this podcast, I wanted to take opportunity to kind of showcase that. It's really hard to do in just a Reels or a post to explain the value, as well as give you more insight for the behind the scenes of all of the components that are available to you. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to do that. At the end of the podcast, when I do upload this particular video, If you are interested, then just comment June podcast and I will send you over some resources right away to try and get you started. And I appreciate you joining because that is a sign of engagement, and that is encouraging to me that you are interested in living your best life, your healthy life, and we all have better versions of ourselves. It doesn't mean that the current version is broken in any way, but there's always an opportunity to do better and to learn more and to see, hey, how can I go beyond where I'm at right now to another level? And we have that opportunity, and I am here to help you do that. So I really want to thank you again for joining. As always, if you are new to your journey, or if you've been on it for a while, or if again you're just trying to level up, this is the right place with Walking in Wellness. I can help you get there. And if you comment June podcast in the comments after this uploads, then I will get you the resource and get you some information, as well as I'll try and see if I can get something free for you, just for even joining. So those of you that have joined, even if you're not in a position to take this level up at this time, if you at least give me a comment and say June podcast, I'll reach out to you with a free gift. So we'll see what that's going to be. But I thank you guys for joining. That is my time for today. Have a blessed rest of the Wednesday, and remember to keep walking in wellness. God bless. Bye.